drink this and you'll lose 50 pounds. Do this and this will happen. Do this and take this and put this there and do this, that, and stand on your head and whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right? This idea that we see all of these things online, on the Googler, Schmoogler, on the internet, telling us to drink this, eat this, do this, don't do this, and our health will become this or that, or A or B or C or D. Cancer will be gone. Diabetes will be this. You're going to lose weight. All these claims about health. But can we trust it? Is it believable? Is it accurate? Is it right? Honestly, I'm going to tell you most of the time it's not. It's actually one of the reasons why I do these videos. You know that my channels are mostly made up of, well, not only solid health information, but also about debunking myths. Why? Because there are so many myths out there, and sometimes it's hard to tell what is a myth and what is actually the truth. So I'm going to give you some tools today that you can use moving forward to try to help you evaluate some of the information that you are seeing online. What I will tell you, and I'll say this again, is that the best and most important thing you can do if you have a question about something you're reading online or seeing online is to take it to your doctor, to talk to your trusted health professional to find out what the deal is, okay? But I'm also going to give you some tools. Let your doctor know I'm giving you these tools too. See what he or she has to say about that. But guys, let's jump in. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Let me tell you what the difference is between misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation is information that is false, inaccurate, it's misleading according to the best available evidence that we have at the time. Disinformation, however, is misinformation that is spread intentionally to serve a malicious purpose, meaning people are trying to trick others into believing something to get money or political gain or something else. Okay, these definitions are according to hhs.gov. What we are talking about today is how, when you're looking at information online, you can maybe spot something that may not be as true as we might like it to be, okay? So let's start with this, cancer.org, and I'm going to link all of these sources in the description below so you can take a look at them yourself. I think it's really important, so take a look at the description. If you're not able to take a look at this description, please DM me. I will send you these articles. I want you to read them for yourself. An article on cancer.org says to be suspicious of any treatment that says it can cure cancer or other difficult to treat diseases. That's AIDS, chronic fatigue, multiple sclerosis, etc. Okay? That should be a red flag in and of itself. If you're seeing something online that's like, this will cure blah, blah, blah. That grandiose claim in and of itself should give you pause. Be suspicious. Also, according to cancer.org, be suspicious of any treatment that claims to offer benefits but says there are no side effects. Because, guys, I've said this before, everything has potential side effects. Medications have potential side effects, vitamins, herbs, etc. Okay? If something is marketed as having no side effects, that don't sound right. Okay? It don't sound right. Because what in this world doesn't have side effects? Be suspicious of that. Also, cancer.org says to beware of treatments you can get in only one clinic, especially if that clinic is in a country with less strict patient protection laws than those in the United States, the United Kingdom, or the European Union. Again, this is according to cancer.org, but I think this is a really good point. I have said this. Sometimes patients will come to see me from different parts of the country. They'll want to consult with me thinking that I'm going to do something miraculous with them. And I tell them this, and I think it's because maybe they see me online. This is what I tell them. You don't want me to give you some breakthrough, amazing treatment that only I have. Why? Because that's not how medicine works. When it comes to medicine and health and treatments and doctors, we should all be doing the same thing, offering the same great treatments to everyone. And if only one person has this treatment, that don't sound right. Because doctors are supposed to be going by the best evidence. And if that treatment really is the best evidence, then shouldn't we all be doing it? Now, granted, there are some places, Cleveland Clinic, Harvard, other places, major centers that may be pioneering certain studies or surgical procedures or things like that are only done in that one space. That's a highly specialized, highly rigorous environment. That is completely different. But I am talking about there's one clinic, one place, one doctor, one person that says, I've got the cure for this. You need to be suspicious about that. Because if it truly works, then we should all be doing it. It should be evidence-based, and doctors, we should all be doing it, right? Right. Another red flag, according to cancer.org, is to beware of terms such as scientific breakthrough, miracle cure, okay? Secret ingredient. Those types of things really should make you say, wait a minute, let me think twice about this, all right? Another thing is beware of personal stories that claim amazing results, but there are no sort of scientific facts or data or studies or rigor behind it. That is concerning or should give you pause. Now, you may say, well, how am I going to know if there's scientific studies behind it? And you're right. You're not necessarily a scientist. You might be, but you may not be. I don't expect you to go out and comb the data and figure out what's scientific rigor versus not. This is where you ask your doctor, you say, hey, I saw this online, I saw this article, whatever. Is this some scientific data behind this? Because I was told to ask about that. Okay? Ask about it. According to cancer.org, there are other things you should be doing in terms of looking into sort of the qualifications of the place, the person, the organization, the company that are making these claims. Okay? Is this a reputable company, organization, medical facility, or is it something that you really, something that you can't find much information about? Is this a board certified physician or board certified or certified health professional, or is this someone who simply looks like one? Again, it is hard sometimes to tease this out, but these are things that we want you to be thinking about as you're getting all of this data and health information, okay? And again, you don't have to do it on your own. Let us help you do it, but these are things you should be thinking about. Now, I also took a look at some other sources. The American Society for Microbiology has some really good tips. They recommend that when you're reading articles online, kind of read beyond the headlines, right? So sometimes headlines are really sensational. The miracle cure, da, 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 to get your attention, to get the clicks, right? But then when you actually read the content, what is the article actually saying? Does it match what the title is saying? In other words, don't just believe headlines, because sometimes when we're scrolling, we just look at headlines, right? But that doesn't mean that that's what the article or the content is saying. Now, that's not a great thing that's happening, but just beware that a headline is not necessarily the whole story. So be aware of that. Also, according to the American Society of Microbiology, and this is something that I saw a lot during COVID, was, is the person writing the article or making the claim, did they cherry pick data? Which means, did they take one little piece of information and blow it up out of context? Okay. We saw this a lot during COVID, and we're still seeing it now, okay, where you can take a whole concept and just pull out one little thing and say, aha, see, I told you, da 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 da. But if that person is only holding up one little thing and saying, aha, I told you, doesn't necessarily mean that's actually true given the full proper context, all right? The next thing that I think is really important that's recommended is checking the source of the website you are looking at. Okay, so sources, like website sources that can be probably the most, I would say, trustworthy are .edu or .gov websites, okay? Also, you want to be looking at the author's credentials and things like that, but websites matter, okay? There are a lot of websites that are made to look official. They may have someone that's dressed up as a doctor and kind of looks doctory. It may have doctory language. It doesn't mean it's legitimate. So websites I like to recommend people, and I actually have a video on like the best websites to look for health information. I love medlineplus.gov. I'll just DM me if you want these websites too. I can send you an article with all these websites so you can have them. I like medlineplus.gov, cdc.gov. I love sharecare.com. Full disclosure, I'm on the board of Sharecare, but I love the information they put out. I like diabetes.org, heart.org. I love association websites, the .orgs, the .govs, .edus. You can pretty much bet that your information is going to be factual from those websites. So if you're seeing something somewhere, one good thing maybe to do is to go to the CDC and say, hey, does it like parasites. Parasites is like a big thing. Inappropriately in many situations. Well, if you really want to know the deal about parasites, you can look at my videos, but also go to the CDC and read the facts about parasites or other sort of reputable organizations. That's very important. Oh, also the American Society for Microbiology, they also mention using fact checker websites. I love these. Many of the major news outlets actually have fact checker websites to really fact check the sort of salacious claims that we see online on the internet. I use these a lot during COVID to sort of see how different writers explained why certain facts were false. They can be very, very helpful. But there are certain certified fact checker websites by some of the major news organizations, etc., that can be so helpful. So use that to your advantage. The other thing I just want to mention is that first person stories can be sometimes very difficult to sort of, I guess, distill, right? During COVID, after COVID, and probably before COVID, when people write on social media, this happened to me, it's very compelling. And I'm not saying that these things haven't happened to this person, but in the process of reading, seeing, watching other people's stories, some factually incorrect claims can be made. Health misinformation can be spread through first-person accounts of what people say has happened to them. Again, I'm not judging what has happened to different people. I'm saying it can be a vehicle for health misinformation to be spread. So you want to be very, very, very cautious about that. The bottom line is, and there are many other ways to try to sort of sift through this information. The truth of the matter is there's a lot of information to sift through. And if you feel confused at times, I don't blame you at all. Okay? This is very confusing. It is hard to weed through the claims of companies and people and things like that, which is why I say use one of the best assets you have, which is your own medical professionals. Use your own healthcare team to help you with this. And also remember, as I always say, if it sounds too good to be true, it might just be. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. I hope this is helpful. I want you to write in the comments, was this helpful? Was this, tell me what this, if this was helpful. I'd like to do more videos about this, not just debunking myths, but also telling you some of the things that you can look for to help you debunk myths yourself, okay? I'm Dr. Jen. Please share this video with other people who may need to hear it. Please write in the comments. Let me know what you think. On Facebook, please like and follow my page. YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell for updates. I do daily health videos on all sorts of stuff, myths and truths and all sorts of stuff. Also check out my website, drjencaudle.com. Sign up for my free health newsletter. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. I hope this is helpful.